Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to a side quest about video games with myself and Exilemagpie.
Hello!
You know what? You take 1 week off.
Yeah.
You decided, you know what? We're not going to do anything this week.
Uh-huh.
Because, one, I've been working too much and I need to rest.
Yeah.
And then everything fucking hits the fucking fan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure this is what happened with the Blizzard thing. I'm pretty sure we took like a week off.
Yeah. I mean, granted, it wasn't as bad as the Blizzard.
It's not as bad
as the Blizzard.
I mean, technically it's not as bad, but
it's still pretty sucky.
It's still pretty sucky, and it's all perspective. But yeah,
it's levels of badness.
But yeah, Bungie happened. Bungie decided they were going to lay off 220 staff workers due to basically they've got no money.
Yeah,
frankly,
which brings it not only does a lot of staff, but the reasoning behind the losing of the staff.
This is 100% much like other layoffs. It's poor management.
Yeah, extremely poor management. They oversold.
Well, it's not even that. Let's say they oversold anyway, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say they kept. Well, all they had was Destiny.
Yeah,
at the time, right? But they not only did they oversell themselves to Sony,
mm-hmm.
which we now know is what happened. They also stretched their workforce way too thin with the projects that they had on, because they had Destiny, mm-hmm. which they had to put everything into because Lightfall was poor.
Yeah,
and they needed the final shape to be the final shape. They had their team working on Marathon
mm-hmm.
as well. A brand new,
not a brand new IP, but an
a brand new game.
A brand new game from an IP that was IP that was like decades old.
So there's that, and I'm pretty sure there was another project that they had going on.
They've also been like assisting Sony
they've been helping Sony with live services. So even if you think about it, like, you just have to look at them and go, you are stretching yourself very thin on the and asking your workforce to do a lot of work.
Yes.
But to go on back into the money side, number one, what we've learned from everything that's been announced over the week, which is probably a good thing. Why we didn't talk about this?
Yeah, because we were being just about the.
It would have just been about the announcement.
And not the stuff that's come out.
Yeah. So what we do know now is number one, that Bungie were in such a financial problem that they needed to be bought, and they basically oversold themselves to Sony.
Yeah.
Basically saying that they were gonna, you'll buy us and you'll make all that money back off Destiny and
in like X amount of time, and then X amount of time has passed, and Sony's gone. You told us we were going to make our money. Where's our money?
We also know that it didn't even matter how well the Final Shape did, which, by the way, the Final Shape has done very well.
Yes, but it has done extremely well. It is actually a very good.
It's not done the performance wise, hasn't done the best. I think it's the worst performing expansion. But Lightfall has made more money than but
I'm on about quality. It is actually.
I'm just on about performance here, like making money wise.
Yeah.
What we do know is that it didn't even matter if Final Shape did anything. It would have just. They still would have had to lay off this amount of staff.
It was all basically predetermined. It was like, it didn't matter how much effort they put in; they were going to be fired.
Yeah,
which sucks.
Which they, by the way, they didn't tell their staff.
Yeah, but also now that that's come out, like, who would want to go to work for Bungie?
Yeah, well. Speaking of which, why would you want to go to work for Bungie when 2 days before you were laid off, you were taken to the CEO's nice garage full of cars so he could show off his vintage cars to you?
There's some sort of like juxtaposition here.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
It's a bit weird, but also like You know the people, you know those people that say eat the rich and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I expect these are the sort of experiences these people have that cause them to.
I would love to agree with you there, but unfortunately, the people who say eat the rich.
Right? Oh, I know that. I know that. I'm just saying, if those people had these sort of experiences, like 2 days before they got fired, their boss showed them around their ridiculously expensive car collection.
Yeah.
That millionaires have, and you could look at those cars and go, well, that's a year's wages for me.
Yeah.
Pre-tax.
Yeah, pretty much. So we know that happened. Pete, what's his name? Pete. I want to say Pete Carsons, actually.
I mean,
Pete Parsons. There we go.
Hey, you went far.
I got the C and the Pete wrong. Right. So shall we go into the statement?
Yes.
Okay. So
is it going to be another one of these? We had to make a very hard and difficult decision.
Pretty much.
And we really feel for those that we've had to kick out from their desk with a cardboard box of all their belongings from our office and kick them onto the street and then forget the names.
Yeah, pretty much. Right. So this was from July 31st, so about 2 weeks ago. This morning, I'm sharing with all of you some of the most difficult changes we've ever had to make as a studio. Due to rising costs of development and industry shifts, as well as enduring economic conditions, it has become clear that we need to make substantial changes to our cost structure and focus development efforts entirely on Destiny and Marathon.
Right, so I'm going to stop you there. Costs. The increasing costs to make a game.
In other words, the wage bill went up.
Yeah, no, but no, they keep going on. All the industry keeps going on. Oh, it's so expensive to make games. It is a self-inflicted problem.
Oh yeah.
No one again. We've said this before, but no one cares about the detail of the freckles on a character's face, because we're not going to be looking that close to the face. The fuzz hair on Aloy's face.
Yeah.
We're not going to be looking there.
Is that really needed?
It's not needed.
No.
That is and hell, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a primary. We modelled the horses' private areas that will react to the environment. Why? There is no fucking need. No one is going to fucking go look that close to those details, and the only people that will make a mod for it.
Yeah, they would. Yeah.
So no, this whole thing about it's too expensive.
Here's something that that's always bugged me about the rising cost of making video games.
Yeah.
Right. So I understand that you need to buy equipment.
Yeah.
So computers, and you need high end computers and all that stuff to do.
And they cost energy.
Right? But the thing is, the rising cost of making video games, once you've bought the equipment, unless you're buying new equipment every 6 months, the cost isn't, well, at least it shouldn't be that bad. The only thing I can think of is like you're paying your higher ups
way too much money.
Way too much money.
But also again, remember I keep saying the false economy that they have, where they go, we fired all these people, saving us this much money. Don't look at this outsourced team that we've had to pay more money to do the job of those people we just fired. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at them. Look at them. That's not important. That's not important. Just the wage bill's gone down. Just remember the wage bill's gone down.
But the thing is,
I mean, there's more than that. I mean, yes, there is a whole thing of like you have to always improve the equipment that you have because of how technology advances.
This is what I'm saying. But
to the level of it, in regards to like once you've set on a like game engine and that,
Like,
the equipment you have.
Don't get me wrong, right? I understand that, like, yeah, you need to, like, what is it in technology? Just like every 18 months.
I think it's 18 months to 2 years.
Like
I can't remember whose rule it's named after. But
yeah, but whatever technology you have now,
either gets faster or smaller.
Yeah,
the technology.
So I understand that, like, but at the same time, and again, like, I also understand energy bills, and I understand bills, and I also understand you need to pay your wages.
Yeah.
Right, but like, how much money are you spending on other things that you don't need to spend a lot of money on? This is my question, right? Because if these companies keep coming out and being like, oh well, the costs, it's so much, you need to pay like 80 quid for a game.
Remember
right?
our chat last time, shareholders.
Oh yeah, I know. No. I'm just on about like
no,
because they can't. Right, you can't come out. We know it's probably shareholders, right? But like, they can't actually come out and say, "Oh, but the shareholders want more money." So
but the thing, right? So there's multiple things. One, shareholders want more money. Two, CEOs and managers are fucking idiots and just make things harder. But also three, in regards to like shareholders will come up with, especially in the AAA game stuff that are clearly poorly managed. Ubisoft, EA, certain departments of EA, the shareholders will come with a clearly stupid idea, like let's make a Suicide Squad by Rocksteady, but instead of a brawler, we'll have it as a looter shooter live service because we want the looter shooter live service. And Rocksteady are known for their Batman Arkham series.
Oh, I know.
So clearly they'll be able to make a looter shooter. They come out with dumbass ideas like this, right? And the management don't say no. The management, who's part of management's role, by the way, people, is to actually take care of the staff that are under them. A fucking thing that seems to be non-existent in the AAA game industry. And other things, but, you know, we're talking about the game industry. No one there says, no, this is a stupid idea and this is why. And it's not even at a board level that needs to happen. This is just like on the floor, management in charge of...
This is my point here. At least with Rocksteady, you could say, well, they needed to make an engine, they needed to get the graphics of making the game from the ground up.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about Bungie here.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Destiny. Destiny is
why is it so expensive for Bungie?
For Bungie, how has it gotten so expensive for Bungie to make their games? And my point being is that, like, Destiny's engine is, oh god, how old is Destiny 2 now? Because I know they went from a different engine.
Yeah.
Once they got Destiny 2.
We're talking at least the age of the PS. No, Destiny 2 launched on PS4, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Jesus, that's over.
I want to say 5, 6 years.
Yeah, it's 5-6 years now.
Right.
Maybe closing in on 7.
You haven't changed the engine. You haven't. As far as we know, I mean, yeah, you went on that big hiring spree, but so did everybody else during the COVID thing. So I understand those ones losing their jobs. It sucks, but I get it because, like, you know, a company.
That was poor management.
It's poor management. But this is just sort of just like how on earth has your costs? How is your costs so bad? You've already got everything in place
because the executive pay is so high,
and then. Like, actually, you know what? Bonuses.
Yeah.
That'll be part of it as well.
And I don't mean, like, staff bonuses.
I mean...
We're on about the executive bonuses, which will, surprisingly, despite the absolute tanking of a company, the executive bonus will not get touched.
Yeah, somehow the executive whose company just went under will still get his bonus.
Yeah. And people wonder why, and some people wonder why people are pissed off at the rich.
Yeah, pretty much.
They get to fail over and over and over again.
So anyway, back to the statement. Today is a difficult and painful day, especially for our departing colleagues, all of which have made important and valued contributions to Bungie. Our goal
Just
is to
not
support
important
them.
enough.
Just not important enough. Our goal is to support them with the utmost care and respect. For everyone affected by this job reduction, we will be offering a generous exit package, including severance, bonus, and health coverage. So I suppose there's that.
You could have took a pay cut, mate.
We are committing to 2 others. Well, actually, to be honest with you, with the sounds of everything, he could have not taken a wage at all, and they still would have had to. That's how bad this has been managed.
Then he should be fired.
He should.
Sony should fire him. Plain and simple. If he has mishandled that company, that department of Sony, so badly that no matter what would have happened, they would have had to let people go or go under. They need to fire him because he clearly cannot do the job.
So, moving on. This is also what's happening with Bungie. Bungie is actually shrinking.
Yeah.
They're becoming a much smaller studio. We are deepening our integration with Sony Interactive Entertainment, which, to be fair, with everything Sony's... I'm not surprised Sony are doing this.
It means probably more people are going to get let go.
No, they're not getting let go. They're actually being integrated into Sony.
Sony has a history of saying, we bought this company, we won't fire anyone. Those people have been fired.
No. These ones are.
I mean, granted, that's the game industry as a whole. Sony aren't the only ones that do it. Yeah. Everyone does it. It annoys the hell out of me.
As far as I know, as nothing's come out about, the only ones that have been let go are the original 220 that has been announced in this statement.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
No, I'm not saying now. I'm not saying like 6 months, but like in the future, more people will get let go.
Oh yeah, but that's pretty much the same. That's everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's Sony aren't the only ones that do it. I'm just pointing out like it is going to happen. It sucks. I don't like it, but.
We are deepening our integration with Sony Interactive Entertainment, working to integrate 155 of our roles, roughly 12%, into Sony SIE. Over the next few quarters. SIE has worked tirelessly with us to identify roles for as many of our people as possible, enabling us together to save a great deal of talent that would otherwise have been affected by the reduction in force. So 12% are going to other Sony studios
instead of being fired.
Right?
So that's how bad Bungie were. Not just that they couldn't, not just the 220 people, but another 12% of the workforce would have lost their jobs if they hadn't been transferred elsewhere.
Right?
That's
No, it would have been more. Because there's more. Right? Second, we are working with PlayStation Studios leadership to spin out one of our incubation projects. So this isn't Marathon of Destiny. This is the third project that I mentioned before.
Yeah.
An action game set in a brand new science fantasy universe to form a new studio within PlayStation Studios to continue its promising development. So not only have they lost 220 employees by letting them go, they've lost another 155 to go to PlayStation Studio, Sony Studios, and then they've lost another. It doesn't really say how many.
I mean, it's an incubation, so like a beta, not beta, but like a proof of concept team.
Yeah,
which aren't usually that big, but still, it's like
they're making a new studio specifically for this game.
Yeah.
Which means it's going to be smaller. It's going to be bigger than a normal.
Yeah. In a sense, it could be like 10, 20 people at the moment with the plans to expand further if the proof of concept works. But I'm just like... It is like just like... How bad have you mishandled this company?
It's bad.
How badly have you... Like, I'm like... It's getting to the level of like, okay, someone has to be thinking misappropriation of funds.
Well, no.
Some people have been thinking...
Maybe, but I don't think so. I think the problem is...
It's just bad management.
One, it is very bad management. I generally believe they thought that Destiny... Because Destiny's player count is just... I mean, after this got announced, it just dropped. But Destiny's player count was slowly going down.
Well, yeah, because
because it's an old game.
One, it's an old game, and two, they have been pretty much alienating the people who actually care about the game. They've been the decisions that they've been making since the launch of Destiny 2. Yes, there are dogs outside. Congratulations. And unfortunately, it's too warm. We can't close the window.
Yeah, it's just like, for fuck's sake, they're all the time. You know what? They've been quiet all day.
But, like, Destiny 2 has been so mishandled as, like, a game, as a live service, as a... The only reason why Destiny 2 is around now, personally, is because when Destiny 2 launched, it was still pretty much the only game in town. Can you imagine if Destiny 2 launched in the state it did on launch?
I don't think it was the only game in town. I think it was still the best. And that's saying something.
I know, but the thing is,
how bad
there
Destiny
wasn't
2
a lot of competition, though. There was very little. I think you'd probably say, what, Warframe? That's it?
Yeah.
Warframe?
And Warframe is a grind to get into.
Yeah, Warframe is a grind. Even in comparison to Destiny. But if Destiny 2 launched now in the state that it did when it launched,
oh yeah,
we'd be talking about it in the same sense of the Suicide Squad.
I don't think we would.
Maybe not as bad, but...
Actually, no, I think it'd be worse. I don't even think we'd talk about it.
Yeah. That's it.
It would be a thing of, oh, well, Destiny had a bad launch.
Avengers.
Yeah, probably.
It'd be the
like
same
as a
as
game that shows a lot of promise, but just it dropped at the first level.
Yeah, and it did so many things that just alienated a lot of people. Like they made it more grindy. That you didn't get loot as much. You didn't. It started gating content. It started removing content. It introduced what they classed as expansions that were literally fucking 5-minute escapades.
Yeah.
Fucking Trials of Osiris. I think that's the thing that did it for me.
No, Trials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curse
of Osiris.
Curse of Osiris was the thing that did it for me. Not the actual like characters or story, because I liked Sigera, I like Osiris. The story was okay. But the very fact that like it was easily like a map the size of your fucking hand.
Yeah.
With like 5 missions, and that was it. And they went, yeah, this is the same. This has the same value as the Taken King.
Yeah, true.
And I was like pissed, really pissed. And they had like bright spots with Forsaken. Forsaken was great.
Witch Queen was fantastic.
Witch Queen was fantastic. But the problem is like they started removing content as well, which is for me is a massive no-no. Even if lore-wise it makes sense at the moment, but I do not trust Bungie to deal with all the shit. I mean, granted they've added, you can play missions. Oh, great! Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't go to the Shimmering Shore.
Yeah, I can't go to Venus.
I can't go to Venus. I can't go...
I can't go to the second hub, which was, the Awoken place. We can't go there. Yeah, there's a lot of places we still can't go to. And we can't go to Mars.
Yeah.
Not Mars. We can go to Mars in the sense of like the little hub.
The little camp. We can go to a camp on Mars. But we can't go actually back to Mars. We can't... and it's like... And I know some people say, but they have to keep the game size. It's like, no, the way they market Destiny, I want access to all their content that they give me.
Mm.
And the very fact that they, try to claim that, oh no, it's a free-to-play game. No, it fucking isn't. What you get is a fucking demo.
It's not even a good one.
And it's not even a good demo, because it's a demo that clearly points to you and goes, hey, you need to pay over $100 to get everything. Congratulations. Here, can you give us your money?
Yeah, its monetization is not very well. It's not even advertised very well.
It's not advertised.
Like, just go to the Steam page and just look at how that fucking thing, the DLC passes and all that sort of crap on there. Oh my god.
Don't get me wrong, the gunplay is good.
Destiny is a fantastic game. It is a fantastic game for people who played Destiny in Destiny 1.
Yeah.
You can't be a new player and go into Destiny 2 now. Like it is.
Because you literally have no fucking clue what the hell's going on.
Yeah, you don't know. It just drops you down, and it's just like, there you go.
It doesn't even introduce you to any mechanics now.
Yeah.
It just goes, oh, here's all these abilities. Here's this, here's that. Oh, by the way, you can now mix and match these abilities. Don't get used to them.
Yeah.
Don't get a feel of how each ability works.
You've got to do the final shake
figure out how these things interact and go together. Don't think about don't learn about all this stuff. Just just go do things.
Yeah, it's just like if Destiny is that poorly managed, I'm not surprised Bungie is an absolute shit show when it comes to management.
So yeah, I'm not surprised that the fact that the player base is going down and down and down, because I'll be honest, they've done very little to encourage people to stay with them. Like, and I don't mean like, bring out good content. They do, but with like the player interaction is appalling.
I think
appalling would mean it exists.
I think for me, even though I am a Destiny fanboy, I think it's just the monetization of almost everything.
Yeah.
Is the problem.
The fact that they gatekeep dungeons now. The fact that they gatekeep anything more than just the base game is gatekeeping.
Everything you can get for free in the game is just dog shit.
Yeah. Everything,
like, I'm on about like skins. Like, I don't usually complain about skins, but like in Destiny, I have to say, like the stuff in the shop. If you compare that stuff to the stuff that you get in the battle pass. And even the battle pass isn't free.
No.
But the cosmetics, they're just fucking boring and shit, and you're just like, why have I grinded for this? The only reason to get the battle pass is because you get the brand new exotic for free. You don't have to do anything; it just drops it for you. That's literally the only reason to get the battle pass.
Yeah.
There's no other reason. And it's just,
it's not on the same level, but almost like similar, like Overwatch. You look at like what the basic game is, and you see the promise that it has.
It's worse than Overwatch, for me.
Yeah, probably because we actually had the heights with Destiny.
Yeah,
Taken King.
You had Taken King, and then you saw you played Witch Queen. Yeah, you can agree with me. Like when Witch Queen first came out, and I played through that, I was like, "Fuck yes, Destiny's actually back. This is what the Taken King was."
And then Lightfall came.
And then Lightfall fucking came out, and it's.
But again, like the player communication, the player interaction, the actual I hear there seems to be a lot of like players bashing their head against the wall in attempts to try and like, guys, just stop doing XYZ. Just give us the good game.
Yeah.
Let us
But again, if they've been overselling themselves,
they have to make the money.
They have to make that money up.
Yeah.
Like you can't go along and be like, oh yeah, we'll make all this money and then not have the resources to do it.
No, don't get me wrong. Sony could have turned around and gone, let's be more realistic, but that
wouldn't be Sony.
That wouldn't be Sony. And two, Sony don't have to be, to turn around. If they get told by the head of Bungie that, oh yeah, we'll make you this much money, they have every right to basically hold him to his word.
Yeah. Bungie's top brass basically just oversold. And they overspent.
They overspent, and fucked over their employers. Just like every single other fucking AAA game studio. Almost. Yeah,
it's like, because it's not just like the little ones who've been let go.
Oh yeah, there's been like
Luke Smith's gone.
Like the lead director.
Yeah, Luke Smith's gone. Which one of the other dudes.
It's not. Yeah, that's the other thing with the layoffs. It's not just the amount that's gone; it's who's gone. Yeah. Like people are literally saying, yeah, there's probably nothing left for Destiny. this is it.
There's not going to be. There's no more expansions. There's no expansions.
Yeah, they announced that as well, didn't they? That there's no more planned expansions. They're going to do 2 episodic things,
which was already announced. So they're basically going to finish off.
But I'm like, This sounds very familiar to something that they want to. They're saying just to placate people.
Yeah.
And not actually know that 1, it's not going to be good enough, and 2, it's going to literally kill the game because the fan base are going to get to it and go, "Is this it? This is Overwatch PvE."
Yeah, this feels like the Avengers when they announced that they weren't going to after the Wakanda.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like.
And it's just so. This is the thing that throws me. It's like Destiny is, for at least consoles, the live service.
Mm-hmm.
It's the thing that started it all, for good or ill. Before Destiny, you wouldn't have the only thing that would come close to a live service is an MMO. And Destiny streamlined that, put it on a console, made it vastly popular, and then every Tom, Dick, and Harry wanted their own live service. And now, for what looks like at the moment the death throes from, and not even from the fan base, like even with all the criticism that we've given it, and the fact that like player bases are dropping and all, and the expansions aren't being sold as much as the previous one, etc., etc. It still has a healthy level of a regular user base. There's still enough people going in time after time. And so for Bungie to come out, like, how badly have they been run? How much money has been wasted for them to say, oh yeah, we've got no money, we've got nothing else for Destiny.
This one, I think this one just feels sad as well, with it being Bungie.
Yeah.
Because you got to think, Bungie. I mean, yeah, I've always said that I wasn't a fan of Halo, but like, it's Bungie.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, it's Bungie. They're one of those studios. They're like id. Like, you never actually think, oh, they'll go under.
I mean, Bungie may not go under, but
you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
You don't think they're going to get into this.
This would be like id releasing another Doom, like the next Doom game coming out, and it bombing them, going, yeah, we're not even making Doom again.
Yeah, we're just going to be helping Microsoft on all their other shooters. We're not doing anything else.
Yeah, we're helping Microsoft on Halo.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no. You know what? That actually be an improvement, to be fair.
I know it would be an improvement, but it is the whole case of like, it is literally like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. It'd be weird, wouldn't it? It's just weird. This whole thing.
I mean, again, like, it may not actually be the end of Destiny. We don't know the future. It's just really concerning with the tone that is coming out of the company.
The saddest part is the fact that it's Bungie. The thing that concerns me the most is the fact that, like, other than Marathon, there's literally nothing for Destiny.
And Marathon is a extraction shooter.
Yeah. Which,
yes, it is popular,
but it's a niche.
But it is a very niche popularity. It's I would class it as like similar levels as horror fandom in the gaming. It's like, yes, it is popular, but it's not the massive fucking numbers of money that
I think extraction games are much more popular on Twitch. Like, they're much more better to watch for people than they are for...
My point being is that they are popular, they do actually make a little bit of money, but they're not the levels that, you know... If Bungie is saying, oh, Marathon will make the same money as Destiny did, it's fucking not.
No, it won't.
It's the wrong game type. It will make you money, yes, but unless you get diehards and whales up the wazoo and literally rob them blind, you are not making the money that Destiny made. And So I mean, that's the thing that's concerning me. Is like, if they've oversold Destiny, have they also oversold Marathon?
Oh, they've oversold everything. They've oversold everything.
Like, and if they've oversold Marathon, by how much?
Hmm.
Which makes me really worried.
Hmm. Let's see, is there anything else here? Because the rest of it is just kind of like him saying that the Bungie's
It's
like
the usual CEO bullshit of, I really made a very hard decision. Please feel sorry for me while I go into my gold-plated bathroom with my gold-plated bath.
No. Just let me go into my garage with my 250 vintage cars.
Here's an idea. You could have sold some of those to keep those 220 people in employment for probably about, I don't know, a good 10 years.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, moving on. So the Borderlands movie is out.
Yes.
It's terrible.
Yes.
It's the thing that I said it was going to be.
Yes.
The very second they announced it.
The very second I saw who was who.
Who was who. Like that cast is awful.
I mean, not only did they decide to go pre-Borderlands 1, they decided we're not going to have Brick. I mean, why not?
Yeah, Brick's not in it. Mordecai's not in it.
We don't
Why
have
is Mordecai not in it?
Why not have... We don't have the coolest member of the original four, Mordecai.
Which means we don't have Bloodwing.
Yeah, which means we don't have Bloodwing.
Do you not understand?
And then you reveal who is who. Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart is Roland. Now, I don't mean to be like I don't mean to be mean to Kevin Hart, because I like Kevin Hart.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He's a good comedic actor.
He's very funny.
Yeah.
Like I do generally like Kevin Hart.
Roland is not the comedy.
But he should never have been picked to play Roland. Number one, he's too small. Yeah. He just is. He is not a tall man. Kevin Hart is not very tall. And Roland is supposed to be a very tall soldier.
Very tall and quite, the only person that is more built than Roland is Brick.
Yeah. So you've got that problem there. You've got Roland being played by a comic, and Roland is the straight guy.
Yeah.
Lilith is played by somebody in. I'm pretty sure she's close to 50. Kate Blanchett.
Yes, if not over.
Like, so that's just weird.
Here's the thing.
That's also
she's my favourite character in all of Borderlands as well, and I'm like, when they announced. Okay, it was like, wait, what? No, hi.
So there, we've got two problems there. We've got two problems here, right? We then got Tiny Tina in a movie set before Borderlands 1. Yes. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Tiny Tina is in Borderlands 2, which is set a number of years after Borderlands 1.
Yes.
And Tiny Tina in Borderlands 2, I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be 12 years old.
12 or early teens max.
Early teens max. I would say 13 at the best.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'd say probably 10 or 11 at the youngest.
Yeah.
For Tiny Tina. Right. So we've got Tiny Tina in this movie, but not Tiny Tina from Borderlands 2. No. We've got Tiny Tina from Borderlands 3, which makes absolutely no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Right. Then we've got Krieg. Why is Krieg in there? Why have you got Krieg and not Brick?
Yeah,
that's the thing here.
That is the most confusing question. It's like, you got Krieg. Wait, you don't have Brick, but you have Krieg, and then you go, so it's Borderlands, right? It's gonna have crass humor. It's gonna have blood and guts. Everything's going to explode because it's Borderlands.
Yeah.
So clearly this has to go for an 18. No, PG.
PG. Oh, and Tannis is played by Jamie Lee Curtis. Why the fuck have you made Jamie Lee Curtis Tannis?
Because this is the typical game adaptation of we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
You know what it is?
So we're just going to throw stupid amounts of money at actors who don't want to be there.
Do you want to know what it is?
Go on.
Right. We got some possible movies.
Yeah.
For the gaming movies, we had Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Mario.
Yeah.
Right. We got some. Was there any other?
And series wise, we've had Arcane,
The Last of Us, Arcane. You know, so we've been for video game adaptations. We've been doing all right. Doing all right. They needed to remind us. That's what this is. They needed to remind us. No. This is video game adaptations.
And we had season 1 of The Witcher.
We don't talk about The Witcher.
Yes, no, but
I refuse to talk about The Witcher.
I understand the whole problem with The Witcher now.
I refuse to talk about The Witcher.
But season 1 of The Witcher.
I know. But if I talk about the way for The Witcher, for the TV series, the way I see it, right. If I talk about The Witcher, even if I talk about season 1, I give legitimacy to that series, and I refuse to do that. I will not do that.
No worries. No, fine.
It does not exist.
Point taken. We've had really good.
We've had some good adaptations.
Good adaptations that are true. I mean, I would even throw in the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah, there you go.
The Dungeons and Dragons movie last year was a really good adaptation and actually fun play. It did what it needed to be, which is like, look, I know everyone wants us to be a serious thing, but it's like, no, it's Dungeons and Dragons. Everyone is goofy at some stage in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Everyone.
So yeah, we've had all these things.
We've had all these. We've had the template.
Yeah.
We've had the template of how to make a good adaptation. 1, be true to the source material. 2, get people who are actually interested in the source material to either act or write the script, etc., and be involved in it. Right? And unfortunately, Hollywood hasn't learned that lesson and only gone with, we don't know how to do this, so we will just get big names and give them lots of money.
Yeah.
Because of the acting. I mean, hell, even in the trailers, you can tell the actors do not want to. The
trailers are so bad as well. The trailers are awful. Like, none of them look good. None of them make you want to see that movie.
Kevin Hart looks like he's there basically like,
I'm just there for a paycheck.
I agreed to this because they said Borderlands and then they showed me the script.
No, it's not even that. This actual movie feels like all the actors, right? Even if you look on the trailers, right? It looks like, so you know how like what studios do now is where they get the actor contracted to like 5 movies.
Yeah.
This feels like this is one of those movies.
Yeah.
Like they don't actually want to do it, but they're being forced to because they're contracted.
They've signed 5 movies.
Yeah, this is the 5th. This is the 5th or something. And like
it's
that.
an absolute. None of them. They've seen the script and gone, oh, this is terrible.
This is going to be awful.
But because it's like, well, they've been forced to do it, and unlike the Rise of Skywalker, where even though the script is absolute dog shit, they literally couldn't bring themselves to actually like put any effort into it.
Yeah. Because
it's like, well, the people who are actually fronting this and making the decisions don't give a shit, so why should we?
Yeah.
Because the one thing you can criticize the Rise of Skywalker for a lot of things. The actual effort, the actors, and like the people behind the camera work and all that sort of stuff.
The acting's pretty decent.
They did their best. It's not their fault. The scripting was fucking dog shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Borderlands is like apparently the plot is the scripting is crap. The special effects are not good, which again isn't the digital artist's fault. They probably were told, get this extremely complex set of images done in about 5 hours.
Oh, and by the way, your budget is about this big.
And by the way, you know that $10 million budget we told you were going to have? No, it's only $1 million. And also, you know those computers.
Oh wait, did I say $1 million? I meant 100.
And you know those computers that you told me were needed to render all these things. Yeah, we're gonna sell 2 of those so that we can pay for Jamie Lee Curtis's
awful Thanos. It is terrible. Like, but the Borderlands, the Gearbox workers,
in a not surprising disattachment from reality,
Randy Pitchford A Borderlands CEO is posting through the film's $100 million flop with another Borderlands 4 hint, teasing we're working extra hard for you on what's next. Randy Pitchford is super flattered that fans prefer the games. Well, the people are always going to prefer the games.
I mean, you fucked over Borderlands 3, but you know.
I still haven't played that. I keep meaning to. Like, I've got it.
Yeah, I know you have.
I keep meaning to.
You don't. You save yourself a lot of, like, what the fuck. And not in a, what the fuck, this is surprising, as in, what the fuck, why are you so stupid? Everyone is... You know how you hate those plots where everyone is dumb?
Yeah, the only way they work is if everybody's a moron.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
God.
It's one of those plots.
Oh,
it's one of those plots. It's terrible. It's absolutely horrendous. And it ruins every single good character from the previous 2 games.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've ruined Tannis. They made Tannis an angel?
They ruined Tannis. They ruined the Siren from the second game dies an absolutely stupid death.
Oh God.
It's just like I've seen the plot points and I'm literally like I like Lilith, and even I'm like, what the fucking hell are you? Why are you so dumb? Why? It's Borderlands. Like, being stupid is part of the deal of a Borderlands, and it's even on Borderlands I was like, this is the level of dumb. This is the level of dumb that is just unreal.
I do not appreciate this level of stupidity.
Yeah, like this makes no sense. Level of stupidity.
So, first reactions to the Borderlands movie were hardly positive, with it slated as a disaster and uninspired, amongst other things.
Do you want to know what it originally got on Rotten Tomatoes?
It was 0?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is that bad that it got 0. That is a feat.
There you go. While it debuted at 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, it has since improved very slightly. It's received more than a generous audience score of 50%. Generally speaking, the response hasn't been fantastic responding to this. However, Pitchford, who co-founded Borderlands studio Gearbox, says he's super flattered that fans prefer the games to the movie.
Randy Pitchford, you're a liar, a charlatan, and a fucking prick. I wouldn't trust a single fucking thing you said. So I don't give a shit if you like us preferring the game or not.
Oh my God. So this is a quote. So what you're saying is you like what my friends and I do with our Borderlands video games, even more than you like what some of the biggest and best cast and crew of filmmakers on the planet have done.
Just showing up for the paycheck.
Well, I mean, Randy, yes, we do prefer the games to the movie because the movie was dog shit.
The movie, people could tell the movie was shit the very first fucking image they showed. I mean, the surprising thing isn't that Borderlands the movie is bad. The surprising thing is how bad, and it's not even like it's so bad it's good. It's just awful. It is awful. Like I said, there was no redeeming feature. There was no redeeming feature in this film. There was nothing for people to grab a hold of and go, "Oh, this bit's good." Apparently, the only good thing in it is Jack Black. Because Jack Black, no matter what he does, will put effort into it because it's Jack Black.
Yeah, everybody loves Jack Black.
Yeah, it's Jack Black. He's a good guy.
Yeah. He's one of those. It's like you could have like there's always two sides, right? And then it's like they argue about absolutely everything except for Jack Black. Everybody likes Jack Black.
Jack Black and Keanu Reeves is amazing.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is amazing. I bought his new book actually. Keanu Reeves is pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah. I didn't know he wrote books, but I saw it in Sainsbury's for a tenner, and I was like, oh fuck it, I'll read it.
And it was good.
Yeah, it was all right.
I'm starting to think, what can Keanu Reeves not do?
That is a question only the universe can answer.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he is the patron saint of dogs.
Yes.
So, right. Yeah. So he said that, and then he said, I'm super flattered. We're working extra hard for you, as in the number 4, on what's next. Oh, you, Randy, and your subtle plays. You nearly snuck that past us there, man.
Randy, I have my fist out. Can you please repeatedly run into it?
Obviously, everyone was quick to pick up on that not so subtle hint, although it's not too surprising here. It, in the first place, back in March, it was revealed in a press release by Take-Two Interactive, who bought Gearbox just after for $460 million. that the next installment in the series was already in active development, which I think everybody knew even way before then anyway.
Yeah, it was a given that they were going to make another Borderlands.
Mainly because I think Wonderlands didn't do so well.
Yeah.
So
Tiny Tina Wonderland.
Although Tiny Tina Wonderland is actually pretty fun.
It is
a pretty
fun.
game.
I think the thing is they promised a lot more than what it was.
I think the problem with Wonderland is it came out after Borderlands, just after Borderlands 3.
Yes.
And I think everybody was a bit
yeah.
tired of, because it's literally the same type of humour and all that sort of stuff. And as much as I like Borderlands, I can't deal with that type of humour on back to back.
And also, Borderlands 3 left a lot of people with a little bit of a bitter taste in their mouths.
Yeah, so even so, you can't imagine that anyone involved with the Borderlands movie is thrilled at the reaction so far, especially considering it probably had a budget of over $100 million.
Yeah, it's not even going to make half that back.
It's made $16 million at the moment.
Yeah, after its first week.
Yeah, I don't even think it's
not even a fifth of what it's cost.
I don't even think it's going to reach 50.
Probably not, no, because that 16 million would have been people who did not know the movie was going to suck.
Yeah. With no trailer for the next Borderlands game in sight, it could be a while before we know what Gearbox is up to, but hopefully the next project will be received a little more warmly. Yeah, it probably will, because Borderlands...
It's Borderlands.
Borderlands has always been...
You want 1 million guns? Here's 1 million guns.
Borderlands has always been like a decent game to play.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say, even though I haven't really played Borderlands 3, I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's just a poor story.
Yes.
Sort of thing. The same way of The Last of Us 2.
Yes.
I think The Last of Us 2 is a fantastic game. It's just a very bad story. It's just a difference.
Yeah.
You know.
I think like I said, the lot of the problems with Borderlands 3 is the fact that like a lot of favourite characters get just fucked over. Like I said, the plot only works with people being really dumb.
Which is a shame, because when you think of how good the story is for Borderlands 2.
Borderlands 2 is amazing. And also I think that, like, if you think about it, Borderlands 2 plot, it only works if people really don't pay attention. They don't have to be dumb, but they don't have to. They can't be smart for the plot to work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's Borderlands. Nobody's smart.
Yeah, exactly. But in Borderlands levels, the 3's plot just only works if people are even more ridiculously stupid, like unrealistically stupid.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, shall we move on?
Yes.
So, next month,
yes,
there was a game coming out.
Yes.
That makes me very happy.
Yes.
It's a game that we have been waiting for quite a while now. I don't know what feels like. No, not even longer than a few months.
It feels like years.
It feels like it's been years. Like, when was it originally announced? I have to say, it's got to be 2 years ago.
I think it was only I think it's a year, maybe a year and a half max. It's not actually that long.
I'm going to say 2 years. I think it was 2 years, because I'm pretty sure it was the Game Awards 2 years ago. So not the last Game Awards.
The announcement trailer, maybe.
Yeah. But Space Marine 2 is coming out soon.
We are about to...
And this game...
We are preparing to
enact
the Emperor's justice
against
against the Xenos threat.
And I can't wait.
I
generally can't wait.
First thing I'm going to do is go to the multiplayer and turn my character into a salamander, because plain and simply, the boys get a flamethrower.
I've been looking at things for this, right? The customization, you can customize it so you can be the the sharks.
Oh yeah,
You can be the space shark guys.
Yeah.
Or you can be one of the lower chapters of the
one of the success chapters.
You can be them.
Yeah.
As well. And I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna have fun with this.
You could be the magpies, the blood ravens.
Yeah, you can be the blood ravens, which is mint.
They're called magpies because they steal everything.
Yes, they do.
We love them for it.
But yeah, the minute they announced that, number one, the trailer, the fact that they had Tyrannus in the trailer, I was just like, right, I'm in.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyranids are my boys. Angron is my boy. He is my special.
He is your boy. He is your boy.
He is.
Tyranids are your boys.
Yes, Tyranids are my go-to faction because Tyranids are awesome and like I don't give a shit. They are the best. They are the best faction for one reason and one reason only. They are not complicated. They are literally just like, no, I'm going to nom this planet.
I'm going to nom you,
and then I'm going to move on to the next planet and nom that one.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to keep
In fact, here's the thing, right? What everyone goes on about, like, everyone is evil in Warhammer 40k. You could argue that the Tyranids are not actually evil. They are
a force of nature.
They are a force of nature. They are doing what is instinctive to them. To survive, to grow and adapt, is to basically go around the universe and nom on planets. And also we may be surrounded by them, which makes it worry. That we may be the only universe left that hasn't been nommed.
They also have some of the coolest fucking models. Like the Nom Emissary is such a badass looking model. Like my
Old One Eye, like some of the older stuff. Old One Eye
is really cool.
The giant worm.
So we've got that. Like I am going to be streaming the single player campaign.
Yeah.
The day it comes out, and then I will be doing just random co-op after I've done the single player. I think the week it comes out, all I'm going to be streaming is Space Marine. I'm not streaming anything else.
Right now.
I cannot wait to just get my hands on this game. Right. So not only this is all the stuff that they've shown. Like they've shown it's got a parry system. It's got a it's got like two parry systems.
Oh.
Right, so it's got a red one, which is one where you actually block, and then it's got I think it's a blue one, which is more of like it's kind of like a dodge, but it goes into like a little cinematic thing that you do.
Yeah.
So like if you've ever seen on the trailers for it where he's grabbed like a gaunt and then just slammed it on the ground as it's jumped down.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, that's the blue one. Where he kind of like dodges out of the way but grabs it as it attacks you.
So like a counter instead.
Yeah, sort of. It's stuff like that, right? The IGN review for Space Marine is absolutely ridiculous. Like,
well, of course, it's IGN. They don't know shit.
It goes on about like how the executions are really, really good and decent and all this other stuff. But then goes on if I say like the executions are too long and takes breaks. It gives you breaks. It gives breaks in the gameplay. And it's like, yes, but that's what executions are for. They're to give you breaks in the gameplay.
I understand you want Doom executions which are like 3 seconds done.
No, that's the thing. That these ones they are literally like, I think one's 5 seconds max. But I think
the thing is like space, like Warhammer 40k is all about. I know Doom is similar with the brutality, but Doom is always about the gunplay. Warhammer 40k is about being an absolute fucking badass.
Yeah, you're.
Like, it's about basically being the biggest, baddest effing person on the battlefield, just annihilating whatever the frig is in front of you. It is why the favorite, some of the favorite models is Khan the Betrayer, Abaddon the Destroyer is broken as fuck. And then, of course,
he's got a badass model, though.
He does have a badass.
And then there's Angron, who is just...
There's Angron, who's a very angry boy.
And he's perfect.
He is a very angry boy.
He is the best Primarch. I don't care what anybody fucking says.
How do you deal with Angron? Easy. You sacrifice a fucking unit to him. You don't...
Lionel Johnson has to get involved.
Yeah, Lionel Johnson has to get involved because he's a dick. Canon. It's canon that he's a dick.
Oh yeah, he's
in fact, actually, let's well be honest. All the Primarchs.
Well, this is the good thing with the current lore at the moment is that like some of the Primarchs that have come back, at least the loyal ones, they're trying to kind of atone for the shit that they've done.
Yeah.
Like Guilliman is trying to fix the Imperium. Lionel Johnson, realizing that maybe I was a bit of a knobhead before, is trying to
that's all going to
end
the moment Layman turns up.
Oh yeah,
Layman is the type of character that will not atone for anything because he'll see nothing wrong with what he did. What do you mean? I just overreacted to Horus telling me to go deal with my brother Magnus for doing magic, and my actions caused him to turn to Zinch. I mean, no, I don't render things like that.
I never did any of this stuff. Yeah, but that Layman Russ is a dick.
Layman Russ isn't a dick. He is the dick.
The Space Wolves are the worst. I hate the Space Wolves. But yeah, this game, it just looks so fucking cool. It's so much like they've done such a good job at like getting the Space Marines to be overpowered in this game.
Yeah. That
like the co-op, they've only allowed to have free.
Yeah, it's free player co-op, and some people were wondering why it's free and why specifically 3 and not 4, which is
basically because if they had 4, it broke the game.
We'd just ruffle stomp everything.
Part
of me is like, just let us ruffle stomp everything. We're Space Marines. I mean, like you say, it's all fun and games until the Hive Tyrant turns up.
Yeah, and then those 4 Space Marines. I mean, granted, this is a video game, so it's not. Yeah, but those 4 normal Space Marines up against the Hive Tyrant, you're fucked.
I want the the Siege Tyrant. The 4-legged giant.
Oh, the ginormous one. There.
Fucking that is only like available if you as a picture, and if you are good enough at modelling it yourself.
Yeah. And there's no rules for it.
There's no rules
just
for
a picture of it.
It's just a
we
picture.
know it exists.
We know, yeah. I mean, to be perfectly honest, how the fuck do you make a rule set for that thing?
Well, it's the same thing as the Titans.
It is, yes. In one sense, yes, it is. However, let's all be honest. That thing is probably you're looking at the Titan going, nom. Nom nom. Big nom nom.
Probably, yeah. It probably is. But I'm just thinking, like, well, you're going to have to retcon the picture and make it a bit smaller. I can't.
They would have to make it an epic 40k.
The thing is, right, so there's a discussion online now for Space Marine, for at least in the Warhammer 40k spaces.
Yeah.
Right? And on TikTok, actually, there's been quite a few people bringing... Right, so we've been talking about live services.
Yeah.
And how they're very poorly run.
Yeah.
And we've done this, we've been talking about how poorly run live services are.
For quite a while.
I'm going to say...
For as long as we've been doing this.
At least 3 years.
For as long as we've been doing this. Back when it was not even...
Giant side quests.
Yeah.
But... what we do know is live services can be done right.
Yes.
Helldivers 2 proves it. Right? It can be done right.
Helldivers 2's problems...
Could you imagine...
Yeah. Oh.
If Space Marine 2 does really well, could you imagine a Warhammer 40k
live service
done
correctly?
Could you imagine how much that game will make gangbusters?
It would be a license to print money.
Oh yeah. Because this game is going to go. This game's going to blow
the hype behind, and it's not like hype generated by the adverts now. It's been hype generated by people by streamers and that have literally gone, "Ooh, this looks exciting," and then played the first Space Marine, and then the Warhammer 40k fan base has been going, "Yes, this is why we love this game so much. This is amazing. Look, do you know how feel how empowering this is? Feel the Emperor's might in your gauntlets. Feel it in its hammer. I'm gonna go hammer." Oh,
I can't. But could you imagine? It's not just that, right? Just think, you've got 50 years of background of source material to go through that you can use.
Oh yeah,
for anything.
You've not only got 50 years. You have 10-ish dominating factions.
There's 18 factions in total. You've got 18 factions in total. You could do, if you just did one game per faction, that's 18 games.
I know. and speaking of different factions, the Speed Freaks game got its
Speed Freaks game.
Was it open beta or beta or closed beta? There was a beta, I know that. Yeah, there's been I've seen some streamers play it, and it looks fun.
Looks all right.
It looks. Me and my boys, we go crumping.
We're going crumping.
We're going crumping.
Yeah, the Speed Freaks looks good. But remake, if they remade Fire Warrior into an actual good game.
Yeah. I was about to say.
I mean, like remake as in Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah.
Not just remaster it up.
No,
I mean,
no.
granted, don't get me wrong. If they did just bring that up and put
You
that
would
onto
play it.
I would play it. Yeah, I like Fire Warrior. It was decent. Well, at least the first half was decent until the Space Marines got involved, and then
the Chaos Space Marines.
And then the Chaos Space Marines got involved. After that, the first half of that game where you're dealing with like Imperial Guard and you're fighting through the trenches and all that sort of stuff.
It's great.
It's really, really fun. Once you get onto the ships and you're fighting Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines, that's when the game
and then
got
demons.
boring. And then demons. That's when the game got boring and terrible.
Because there was only way to fight them: poke out, shoot.
Yeah, and you couldn't really use your tower weapons. You had to use like the bolter on Space Marines. But anyway, yeah, give us a new Tau game. Of a new shooter Tau game. You could do. I'm trying to think. You could do Necromunda, right? Something like Necromunda, but Apex.
Oh yeah, because there was the Necromunda game that wasn't great.
Yeah, but imagine a battle royale game set in 40K.
Set on Necromunda.
Set on Necromunda.
Yeah, that would be fun. Because you've got all the gangs for that.
There's a bunch of stuff you can do with Necrons. With at least strategic games. Look at Mechanicus.
Oh, Mechanicus 2's coming. It's gonna be great. Which looks like you're going to actually be the Mecha Boys. I am
getting Necromunda 2. Not Necromunda, Mechanicus 2. Because I want to be the Necrons. Like, I don't care about the Mechanicus. Necrons all the way. Sisters of Battle game.
Yeah.
Inquisitor. Inquisitor? Yeah, a new Inquisitor game would be fun.
Yep.
That would be cool.
An actual Inquisitor game where you go investigate potential heresy.
Yeah, and deal with Chaos Demons. Make it like a horror game.
Yeah.
Like Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Like, there's so much you could do with this. And then the live service on top of that, as this big branching fucking game. Imagine, right, because it'd make it more of an MMO if we did it. Oh, imagine being all the fucking...
Which has been attempted and failed.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably do it now.
I don't think it even got launched. It got changed into something else and then got changed into something else and then died to death.
Yeah. I mean, you could, if they wanted to, you could probably do it now. Where you could be different factions. But I just...
Can you imagine a Warhammer 40k game, but done in the style of Star Wars Empire at War?
Well,
so Galaxy Conquest.
Yeah, isn't it Dawn of War?
Dawn of War is just ground combat.
I'm on about
I'm on about like both space and ground because we've got Battlefleet Gothic, which is cool. But it is very like honed in on like the way the Battlefleet Gothic plays.
Yeah.
And Dawn of War is just a real time ground strategy.
Yeah.
What I'm on about is like a grand strategy, real time strategy battles in the sense of Empire at War, where you get to build your fleets and armies and go out across everywhere and blow things up.
A battlefront. A battlefield.
Oh my God.
Where you are the Imperial Guard.
That is the live service.
Could you imagine that?
That's the live service.
100 and odd fucking Cadian soldiers you fight with. Like, could you imagine that?
200 Cadians versus 200
Tau, or 200 Orcs, or 200...
Oh my... You know the Starship Troopers game that came out recently? Yeah. I think it's still in early access. Flip it. You're the Tyranids.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
I don't know. I can't remember who I read this from, but someone on Twitter I follow tweeted that have a live service of being the Tyranid, and you're just like this horde of 200 people storming this Cadian outpost.
Yeah.
On this planet. Like, yes, gimme.
I would.
You could have a mech game with all the Titans.
Yeah.
Or the Knights. The feudal knights with their fucking 20,000 names.
With the other Inquisitors, you could go into horror with the Inquisitors.
Spy thriller.
Spy thriller
With
games.
the Assassinorum.
Yeah. Like, the fucking... It's just, like, if this game does as well, I think everybody thinks it's going to do.
There is so many avenues. Like, this is the thing why when it was announced that Henry Cavill was going to be leading a Amazon thing of Warhammer 40k movies.
We are not going to talk about.
No, we're not going to talk about because
it's all up. Everything's just. I'm here. One side is saying, "Oh no, the movies and TV shows are not happening." The another side saying they are, and it's just all over the place. And I'm just like, you know what?
And to be perfectly honest, Henry Cavill saying nothing. I'm like, yeah, dude, I totally get why you're just like
just do the work, buddy.
Just like going away and going, look, I'm just going to do my thing. Go fuck yourselves. Just go. I don't want to deal with you guys. I totally get it. Anyway, but the thing I was saying is like the reason why a lot of us were so happy is because there's so many things you can do. Like there is something in the universe of 40k. There is something for everyone. From your noir investigations as an Inquisitor to. Because obviously, you know, the villain in that's going to be Slaanesh. Noir.
Well, it's either going to be Slaanesh or Slinch.
Yes, I know, but Noir.
Yeah.
Noir. You know who the femme fatale is going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, and it's the same with games. Like there is a gaming. There you can put Warhammer 40k into any type of game type. Apart from sports. I
would totally love like a Souls-like game where you're a Sister of Battle.
Ooh, yeah. Gunplay though would be the problem.
Well, you don't have to have a gun to be a Sister of Battle.
That is very true.
You can have a sword or a mace.
In 40k, a lot of people have guns. I mean, granted, you'd be fighting demons who tend not to have guns.
Just copy Bloodborne.
True.
Because most Sisters of Battle have a
bolter.
A bolter. Not a heavy bolter.
A flamer.
Or a flamer. Right? You could just have a bolter.
And also, you know, it could be they're fighting demons more than...
Well, yeah, that's what they mostly do anyway.
Yeah.
They mainly go after, like, cultists and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, anyway. But you could... from strategy to action to... And like I say, spy and stealth. Like there's literally no type of game apart from maybe sport.
Yeah.
And who cares a shit about that because EA ruined all sport games.
Yeah.
Well,
no, sports. You've got Blood Bowl.
Yeah, but that's fantasy, not 40k.
Yes, I know.
That's what
I know,
40K.
but it's Games Workshop.
Yes, I know, but I'm saying...
all I'm saying is if you want sport...
Yes, but I'm saying the 40k universe, almost every game... And do you know what? No, sports, Speed Freaks.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. There's your sport.
It's a racing game.
Yeah. And also, you know, orcs. Orcs, everything is a sport to them. Because orcs.
But yeah, I can't wait. I think it's September 9th it comes out.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great.
I'm going to go ham on that game.
Oh. Considering it looks like they are literally just taking Space Marine 1 and improving on it in every way from what I've seen, makes me really happy because it's like, yes, this is what it feels like. I remember reading an interview with the director of Space Marine before it was launched, and they said, because it was at the time, Space Marine was released at the time when a lot of people were going out with cover shooters.
Yeah.
So Gears of War, etc., etc. And they were like, Space Marines don't do cover. They
just walk forward.
They are the cover.
Yeah, they just walk forward.
Now, don't get me wrong. There is times a Space Marine will take cover. Usually when another Space Marine is shooting at them, Chaos usually, because a bolter is designed to go through Space Marine armor. But anyway, I'm just looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to I'm happy that they don't seem to have toned it down, made it streamlined, or oh yeah, let's just make it more friendly. It's like, no, this is Space Marine.
Yeah.
This is Warhammer 40k. Everything is terrible. Everything is violent and everything dies.
I just like the fact that like the amount of Tyranids that are on screen at one time is ridiculous.
It's amazing.
Like you can just get swarmed by them, which is just
it was impressive for a PS2 game. Was it PS2? No, PS3 game. PS3 game. The amount of orcs they got on.
Yeah, but this is a.
But I've seen the like. It's
this is
World War Z
levels of like
and
things coming at you.
To be perfectly honest, Tyranids need to be trapped like that in order for it to work.
Yeah.
For it to be from like if I'm not seeing just a sea of Tyranids swarming towards me, I'll be thinking, this hive is a little bit ill.
There's something wrong.
There's something wrong with this Tyranid hive fleet.
I can see ground on the floor. There's something wrong with the Tyranids.
Yeah, they must be ill. Which is more inaccurate because Tyranids are immune to all biological weapons.
Yep.
Much to Nurgle's dismay.
Yeah, they're also immune to the warp.
Yes,
they actually can't even sense it.
Well, no, they have the void in the warp. They have their own presence. They are that power.
Yeah,
which is the void in the warp, which means they basically cut everyone else off from it. So they're literally like, Now we get to nom you.
Now we get to nom.
Nom.
Right, I think that's a good place to end it.
Yes.
Space Marine 2 is coming out soon. I am very, very happy.
We will be visiting the Emperor's righteousness to the Xenos threat that is the Tyranids.
You know what? I generally hope that we can get a Chaos Space Marine game as well at some point.
Yeah, because
come on, let's be honest. You want to be a berserker, or a Death Guard, or a Noise Marine.
Come on, I want to be a Noise Marine
in a game.
Those models still, even though they are like really old now, those models still rock. They're
still badass.
Amazing. They are still They are, in my opinion, there's only one model that beats them in regards to how fucking awesome they look to me, and that is the Obliterators.
Yeah.
I can change my arm into any weapon I want.
Yeah.
Chaos. Complete
bullshittery.
That when first released will only be able to be used as a heavy unit, not a special unit, because you get more heavy units, by the Iron Warriors. Why? Because the Iron Warriors said fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they would be good. Actually, every faction deserves its own game.
I would generally love a game where we could be Chaos Space Marines as well.
A Bioshock type game with Eldar.
Ooh, yeah. Dealing with Dark Eldar.
Either dealing with Dark Eldar or basically witnessing the fall of the Eldar.
Okay, that would be cool.
Like the birth of Slaanesh. Like the end of the game, you basically fight and do all this shit, and then at the end of the game, Slaanesh is born and your soul just gets ripped from you.
Yeah, you die there.
You die. It's the only way. It's the only good way for it to end an Eldar game. They die.
Yeah, all the Eldars die. That's just how it is.
I mean, hell, they've got their own cult now that wants to kill themselves, kill all the Eldar, so that they release the Eldar God of Death to kill Slaanesh.
Yeah. Isn't that fun?
I know, it's great.
Anywho, we'll end it there. I can't wait. It's going to be good. But I do hope you've enjoyed this chat, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.
Doodles.